The Last of Us Episode 4.
What did the mermaid wear to her math class? An algebra. Like, algebra.
Hey everyone, it's Curtis from Black Heroes, and this is my review of episode 4 of The Last of Us. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment your own thoughts on the episode, and let's just jump right into it. So the episode starts with Joel and Ellie on the way to go find Tommy, and we get the part that I was talking about in my last review, where they're on their way and this guy comes in and he's screaming, begging for help, and Joel already knew what was going down. It kind of bummed me out that he didn't say the line. Like, the whole entire time I was thinking to myself, okay, he's gonna say it.
What about the guy?
He ain't even hurt.
He's not even hurt, but he didn't say it. But besides that, overall, they did this scene perfectly. Then they get into a huge firefight. Well, actually, I can't even say huge. It was only like 2 people. And as a fan of the games, I'm used to seeing Joel just annihilate waves of enemies. So seeing it just down to 2, I was like, but I get why they did it. Because in the games, you can see that. I mean, you can take on waves and waves of enemies. But in reality, 2 to 3 people you probably could take on, but anything other than that, you're just getting blitzed immediately. Joel takes out the ambushers, but then is ambushed again by a third party, and it looks like he's gonna die. But Ellie comes in to save him with a gun that she stashed away back in episode 3. She shoots him in the back, paralyzing him, and this is where it starts to get a little bit dark. As Joel gets up, he tells her to leave so he can finish off the guy, and as she's walking away, the guy is just pleading, begging, trying to compromise something so he can stay alive. And in the end, right when Joel does the finishing blow, you can hear him crying out for his mom. It really reminded me of Nanaba's death from Attack on Titan. Like, right when she's getting eaten, she is begging for her father to forgive her. So it's crazy to think when you're in the face of death, people will resort back to being kids almost. Afterwards, Joel comforts Ellie and lets her know, like, hey, this isn't your fault, and someone your age really should not be put in this type of situation at all. Like, you shouldn't have to be in a situation where you have to fight for your life on a constant basis. I think at this point, Joel no longer sees Ellie as cargo, and they both are starting to like each other a bit. It was funny when Ellie brought up the pun book from the game, and man, dad jokes for the win, because I know Joel deep down, he wanted to crack. He wanted to crack a smile. He wanted to laugh. He tried to stay hard. He tried to stay that hard, grizzled veteran, but deep down, he wanted to laugh. But going back to that fight they just had, the group of people that they killed actually belongs to a huge resistance group that overthrew the government in that respective quarantine zone. In the game, they were known as the Hunters, but I think in the show, they're just called the Resistance. One change they made from the games was giving the Resistance or Hunters a face, and this is where we're introduced to Kathleen, the leader of the Resistance. If you want me to be honest, I really wasn't feeling this part of the episode very much. And I think it's because I just don't buy Kathleen as the leader of the group. Like, she just doesn't seem like a leader. She doesn't sound like a leader. When she's giving that speech, I could not buy into it. She just isn't very intimidating. And even when she's trying to be intimidating, it just didn't work for me. I just couldn't buy into the fact that the doctor that she was interrogating was scared of her. I think it was mainly down to casting, because if the actress who played Tess played Kathleen, I could buy her being the leader of this badass resistance group. I can buy that, but the actress that they chose, she just seems way too innocent to be this imposing force. Maybe she'll turn it around in the next episode, but right now, I'm just not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it.
So Joel and Ellie are hiding from this group. They managed to evade them the whole entire day. They hide out in this abandoned building, go up at least 30 flights of stairs, which is a smart idea, because if it was me, I barely would want to go 10, so they would have been safe. Joel with the smart idea of sprinkling glass everywhere, so if they get snuck up on, they could be able to hear them coming. And that's when Ellie points out the fact that Joel can't hear very well through one of his ears. But before they went to bed, Ellie had to hit him with one more joke, and finally the man cracks.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
What?
Yeah. It runs in your genes. Did you know?
Joel couldn't hold it in. He just busts out laughing. And Ellie is just like pissing herself, like, I finally got you, you finally laugh. And Joel's like, I didn't laugh at all. And then he just cracks again. It was so hilarious. They go to sleep, and when they wake up the next morning, apparently the glass trick did not work. I think Joel might have slept on the wrong ear. I think his good ear was on the ground, and they got ran up on by Sam and Henry, two characters from the game, and their arc was probably one of the best parts of the game. So I'm really intrigued of how they do this in live action. In the show, it seems that Henry is public enemy number one. Like, Kathleen just wants him dead. So I really wonder, what did he do to make Kathleen so angry? I think they mentioned it that he snitched on her brother, but I think there might be more to it. And with Kathleen, apparently there is something hiding underground. So not only she's dealing with Henry, she also has to deal with whatever monstrosity is down there. I know it was too early for the Rat King, but you never know. It probably is just a bloater, but could you imagine if they actually did the Rat King this early on? That would have been amazing. But overall, I did enjoy this episode, even with the Kathleen and the Hunter stuff. I wasn't feeling that too much. I think overall this is the weakest out of the 4 episodes, which it still was good, but this is the first time I actually was taken out of the experience. Hopefully, like, this is the weakest episode, and then going forward we can get more bangers. Plus, I think this is the shortest episode. I think it was only like 45 minutes. The next episode dropped a bit early, probably because of the Super Bowl, so I'm definitely going to check that out and try and get a video of that episode out soon. And if you enjoyed this video, though, definitely like, subscribe, and comment your own thoughts. Do you think the episode was weak like me, or do you think it was still a banger? Please let me know. And it's been your boy Curtis from Black Heroes, and I am out. Peace.